A look at statewide races. Jeff Landry will serve 4 more years as Attorney General of the state. Landry took office in 2016. He defeated Ike Jackson tonight. Landry says he's committed to keeping the state safe from crime and protecting taxpayers from wasteful government spending.
There will also be a runoff for Secretary of State. Now, this is round 2 for these two candidates. Kyle Ardwan and Gwen Collins-Greenup will face off again for the Secretary of State's job. Well, Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser will continue to lead the State Department of Culture, Recreation and Tourism. Nungesser is known as the former president of Plaquemine Parish, taking office after Hurricane Katrina. And according to Nungesser, more than 51 million people visited Louisiana during his term, bumping tourism to the 4th largest industry in the state.
Former State Representative John Schroeder will continue his run as state treasurer. Schroeder beat 2 other candidates, including Derek Edwards, who he won against in the 2017 special election. Schroeder says he's dedicated to getting unclaimed property money back in the hands of citizens. And in the race for Insurance Commissioner, Jim Donlin will keep leading the office after a face-off with fellow Republican Tim Temple. Donlin has been Insurance Commissioner here in Louisiana since 2006.
Mike Strain holding on to his position as State Commissioner of Agriculture and Forestry. His recent challenges include the implementation of medical marijuana and the trade war. Strain will serve at least another 4 years.
And let's bring in our political analyst, Dr. Pearson Cross, one final time tonight. And what do you think the big takeaway is tomorrow morning when people kind of look back at the election tonight? What's the big takeaway from tonight?
Well, I think Governor Edwards didn't get the mix he got last time. Last time he got 37% of white voters and 94% or so of black voters. And this time he didn't get it, and hence he didn't make it. So that's a big takeaway. The other big takeaway is term limits have hit again. We're not talking about it, but the legislature is going to be different. And we could see supermajorities for Republicans in both House and Senate. So in the runoff on the 16th coming up, that'll be something to look at.
And let's talk about the Lafayette Mayor President's race. What's the big takeaway from that?
Big takeaway is you got to have the elections, you got to count the votes. You can't just give it on the amount of money that's raised. You know, Carly was way out in front in terms of money, but when the votes were counted, it was Mr. Guillory out in front. So it's going to be a very interesting race moving forward.
Yeah, the next 5 weeks are going to be very interesting here in the state of Louisiana.
It is.
It does continue. Thank you so much for being with us again tonight, as always, on election night. And that concludes our election coverage for now. With a recap of the results for the election, visit KATC.com/elections or check our app.